Flood Auto Group Sports Wrap continues on Fox Providence.
All right, welcome back to the Sports Wrap. Pleased to be joined now by Bill and Katherine White of Brain in Play and the Brain in Play Foundation. We'll get to that in a little bit. Bill, I'll start with you. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's start with this. Tell us a little bit about your organization and why you decided to come in here tonight.
Well, we're excited to have launched a Center of Excellence in Warwick, Rhode Island for the prevention and treatment of concussive injuries, which not only includes concussions, but also subconcussive blows that accumulate during contact sports. We're very focused on youth sports. We have a mission for both our Center of Excellence and our foundation to help save youth brains and also save youth sports.
Now, concussions are sort of a hot topic all across the country at all levels of sport. Where did you guys find the passion to get involved in something like this?
Well, I think it started with Madison.
Indeed, the fourth of our fifth high school athlete children came down with a pretty good concussion, and it ended up being a post-concussive syndrome of several years duration.
It's often the mom who is the one that is watching every single thing, as I did with all of our children, watching every pitch, watching every ball that was going in the basket and what was happening to my daughter and so forth. So women, mothers, I think, are in a unique position to really get accurate information and be an advocate for their kids in collaboration with coaches as much as possible. The highest incidence of concussion for per player, per hour played, is college women's hockey. Second, high school women's soccer are the highest incidence of concussion.
It's very surprising to hear something like that. When you think of concussions, a lot of people just think football, pro football, and you're kind of safe at the younger levels. But that's not always true, and the helmet doesn't always protect you from the concussion, does it?
With helmets, they were invented, if you will, to prevent skull fractures. With a linear, which is a head-on concussion, the American Academy of Neurology's position is pretty clear, will only reduce concussion risk by about 20%. Most concussions, though, happen from the side and the back, which results in a more severe twisting of the brain, and the reduced concussion risk is even less than 20%.
So just for clarity, through your center, Brain in Play, are you guys promoting that you have a solution, preventative kind of measures to avoid concussions, or after you've gotten a concussion, ways to reduce the symptoms and kind of heal?
Now that is a great question,
Yes,
the answer to which is both.
Okay.
We believe that if you can learn a system of how to improve the functioning, preservation, and growth of your brain cells to begin with, which we have an evidence-based solution that helps to do that, ultimately it reduces what's called chronic inflammation of brain cells as well as oxidative stress. You can in fact make your brain as strong as it possibly can be, and that will have your brain cells more functional, and you can also actually grow more brain cells. The research is just coming out on that, which is very exciting. Brain in Play Foundation is really our way to try to get the book into the hands of as many players, parents, and coaches as possible. If we can, we know that we can prevent and in many cases help to heal these concussions as they happen. We're going to be looking for community leaders to help us out with that. If we can get 1,000 books to one part of Rhode Island, 1,000 books to another part of Rhode Island, and then use the system that we have here to then scale this nationally and possibly globally, it will be very, very exciting.
It certainly is a very important topic, and very important for athletes and their parents to hear this message. So we thank you guys for coming in. Again, it is Brain in Play, Brain and Wellness Excellence out of Warwick. Katherine and Bill White, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back.